Hi everyone. This is going to be a new playlist of sessions where I mean me, Abdulaziz, and our friend from France, Florian, will talk about how we are doing the new project that's called Refugee.land. This project is about finding home shelter for the people coming from war-stricken areas. They are called refugees. So, for example, in our current day and age, for example, 2022, the humanitarian crisis has been the Ukrainian crisis, where a lot of people fled to Poland, and some of them have even went way down to France. So my friend here, Flo, let's call him,
Yeah, you can call me.
has yeah, he has come with initiative that we should do some project like this, and here we are. So I'll let these two guys, my best friends, to introduce themselves a bit, and then we'll kick off the coding session, and we'll talk about some cool stuff. So
Okay.
let's start.
So
Let's
do I
start with
start or
yeah.
let's start with Abdulaziz? What do you
Okay,
prefer?
let's stage is yours. Talk about yourself a bit.
Okay,
Introduce
so
yourself.
my name is Florian.
Okay.
Um, I started learning about C Sharp a year ago, but I've been coding since for like it's been 4 years that I started learning how to code, and I have some friends in France that are building a quick solution to help um, organization, um, governmental organization, um, and they wanted to build an application to help them manage the situation with the refugees looking for shelters, like Elbeck explained, and I knew Elbeck and the standard, so I went to him to ask him for help because I wanted to build a long-term solution for refugees coming from Ukraine, but maybe in a couple of years there will be a natural disaster. Let's say, I don't know, an earthquake in in North Africa or something like that, and people will be in need of help of human humanitarian aid. So if we build a solid application, like I mean something that is really reliable and with an architecture uh, shared by the community, it will help having something ready to go. And so Elbeck said, okay, let's build this together. And so I'm here to learn and to build something that helps people with him and all the with the standard community. And
Thank you
I'm
very
really
much.
lucky.
I appreciate you. So Blaze, go ahead, please.
Okay, my name is Abdulaziz. So I started learning C Sharp about 1 year ago, but um, there was some rest. So now I'm repeating my, how can I say, my um,
Our old
knowledge.
video, right?
Now I'm going to um, learn some things from Elbeck and Florian. So I'm here.
Okay, like you.
Abdulaziz is going to teach me how to code. Like I'm
Now I'm
I'm
going
the
to
Yeah.
learn.
beginner.
Okay. So today I wanted to talk about how we do. So let's start from basics. So this is GitHub where we store our project. So this is in Hassan Habib's um, repository. So we are um, in his repository, and here you can see the issues. The issues are the things that you can do in order to contribute to this project, and here we have already 3 pull requests. And since code review is one of the integral parts of standard application development, we'll start with this, and here, okay.
Okay, can I rephrase that for people that do not know
Okay.
a
Of
lot
course.
of,
Yeah.
that do not know GitHub? Like the
Yeah.
issues, can you go on the issues?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's really like a to-do task, like a to-do list. When you are listing the task that you need to do, and you can create new task with the green button. There is a green button there. If you
Yeah.
want to build something new in the application, it's like a new task. So we call it an issue, but you can call it a task in your head if it helps you. So we have a way to say, okay, we want to add something, so it's a new task, it's a new issue, we create it, and it goes into this list that we call issues. And then the pull requests, it's when you've done the work and you've done the task, you can say, I've done it, and I would like my work to be part of the whole project. Can you look up my code and let me join the project, merge the project together?
Yeah, I like that. So here is the pull request view. So let's start from the basics. When you want to open a pull request, the best solution for me to name the pull request is to copy paste the issue title here. So for example, if you have acceptance, verify post refugee, if you open the pull request, let's make it similar or the same. So that's what I mostly suggest. That's easier because you don't have to think about anything. So first, you have the type of the issue, and then you with look what ustaz. So when I say ustaz, I'll be referring to Hassan Habib. So ustaz means from my language means teacher. So what ustaz told us when creating pull requests or GitHub commit messages, your titles and commit messages should look like the headlines of newspaper. So each word will have a capital beginning. So the first letter of the word should be, capital letter, and then every other word should follow the same pattern, and every other letter should be in small. Okay, and it should be the same with creating commit messages. However, commit messages will be slightly different when we are creating foundation services, where we will be mostly working with writing tests and passing them. So that case is another. So that's another problem for some next session. But when you are creating some infra or code wrap, you can do just like our friend Flo has done. So whenever he has done a code wrap, which I'll talk in a minute. So he has created code wrap, and then this double column. How do you call it, Flo?
Yeah,
Column.
column.
Yeah, column. Yeah, column, and then some meaningful message. Okay, so that's pretty much about the headline of the PR and some commit conventions. Let's talk about, so this guy, for example, says infra, I have built the infrastructure, and the message says initialize API project. So it says, I have initialized API project. And then you go to this commit, it says code wrap, minor change requested before merging. So he's saying that I have changed some things, I have code wrapped the code before merging to master. So that's also another meaningful name. So code wrap, when we talk about code wrap, it's just making the code prettier. That's it. If you are not adding some functionality or anything else, you are just making your variable names more meaningful, or you are changing the order of some annotations, as we'll see in a minute. So you should probably choose code wrap style or code flag, I'd like to say, in order to do the commit. And basically, when you are reviewing the code, you go to this files changed tab, and what I like to do is when you click dot, dot key from your keyboard, it will open the online editor where you can see the changes in a more beautiful way. So for example, here he said that move API above route, it looks prettier that way. So he left the comment that it's done. And so here you can see API controller is above the route attribute. Sorry, Maria, but our princess in another castle. So that's a home controller. He's initializing home controller. This is very useful endpoint when we are releasing the project. We hit the endpoint and see whether our API is up and running, or do we have some problem with the deployment. So that's very useful controller, and that needs to be in the first initialization PR. And here we have this guy. So basically, I'm just going through each of the files and reading what's changed or what's added. So that's the whole point of doing code review. So you'll start from the beginning and read all the code you have. So here I see that he has changed the main method to arrow function, and he has changed this to scoped function. Am I right?
Yeah. So in this case, it wasn't a change, it was the whole creation of the file. So that's why on the left, it's normally it's the old file, and on the right in green you have every line that you changed, and but you can see that there is nothing on the left, so it means that the file wasn't there or was completely empty, and on the right it's completely green because everything is new. So when you are creating a project using Visual Studio, you have to change some things if you want to follow the code practices of the standard. So that's what Elbeck was talking about. Even before trying to do a pull request or a commit, I went to the boilerplate that Visual Studio produces, and I've changed some things like the fat arrow, like that he showed and he pointed to. So yeah, there is some changes on the file made to follow the standard and the code practices of the standard.
Yeah. And just for the sake of viewers, if you go to, for example, GitHub and you type C# coding standard, you can read all the things we are talking about, how you do the variable names, how you call your methods and classes and stuff like that. This is ongoing process. So it's not complete yet, but it's we are going there for sure.
Yeah, and if you want to learn how to set up, how to start a project, you can show them the video. So it's from the Sophie project. There is a video on Hassan Habib channel, and he shows how to start a project, how to set up. So everything that Elbeck is going to review right now was set up this way.
Yeah. So the interesting thing is, we go research and learn and watch the videos and read the documentation, and then we'll start coding. So that's the whole point. So the reason we went ahead and started the session with reviewing the code is because how the project was created is the same with this session.
Yeah, and Elbeck will help me see if I made some mistakes.
Yep.
And so I followed this. I made it as close as possible, but I'm not too used to GitHub, so I might have done some mistakes, and we'll see this with Elbeck right now.
Yeah.
So that's what he's doing. He's going through the code and checking if everything is okay.
Yeah, whenever, for example, we review the code, we strongly look at the type errors. The project should be as as free of typos as possible, because that's makes the code unreadable. So I pay attention, for example, how you name your method names, class names, and stuff like that. And what I like to do while reviewing the code is to click that that icon. It says that you have reviewed this file. Here we have a couple of files, but the time comes that we'll be reviewing 10 or 12 or 20 files at the same time, and you might get lost while reviewing the code. So I like, just for precaution, I like to click that button and let my future self know that this is I have viewed this file. Yeah, that's
like that. You can take a break and drink some coffee and come back, and you can continue where you were.
So you go through all the code here. It says localhost. Okay, that's boilerplate. Okay, that looks fine too. So we have Mac. So you already upgraded it to .NET 7, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So you added RESTful sense and swashbuckle. Okay. So what it says here, put a new line between name v1 and line below. So name v1, let's see. Have you done that? Name v1 and the line before that. Have you added that?
Yeah, I done it. I don't know why it's not there. Like, no. Before, are you sure it's there? I thought it was down there. It might be my mistake. Do you see there is down there is name refugee.core API v1.
Refugee.core API.
No. In the configure method. In the configure method. Yeah.
Okay, let me go to configure method here.
Yeah. Can you see there is the Swagger endpoint method?
This guy?
And and do you see name there? And so I added spaces for this block, like an empty line there and an empty line just after it. And so that's where I thought it was. The comment was, I'm almost sure it was there. I think it's there because there is no point to put a space below name. Yeah, but he asked for it.
So the beautiful thing is that we can always go to some cool other project that already has this configuration file in C, and we can compare.
Okay.
So here it was startup file.
Yeah.
So the name here and doesn't have any spaces.
Yeah, they are together like
Yeah,
that.
but if you go here,
Yeah,
it has a line before it, but it
yeah,
doesn't have a line after it
yeah,
because it's
yeah,
not because it's just the ending of the scope. So you don't
yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah.
put that
Yeah,
line
there is no need to. Yeah, yeah,
for
you're
this
right.
line. So
Yeah.
you can say, so in this way I can comment it, remove this line, we don't need it. Okay, so I say start review, and it's pending, and when I finish it, here
Mm-hmm.
up above you can see the finish review or something, or we can do, yeah, we can do request changes and submit.
Mm-hmm.
So I have added this, and I'm going to this guy, and let me see that the header file header is there. So file header is there, and he has the basic app settings JSON, and he has a rider configuration, VS Code configuration. Okay, yeah, solution, and I can look at the commit messages as well. So for initialize API project, and that's it. So I like what is done here, and only one.
But Elbeck, can we? What's happening if you're clicking on the commit that is called code rub?
Yeah, should probably show the changes what you have done. So you have done minor changes here. So on minor changes commit, you have, let's see. Okay, so you had very poor tabs, spacing in here, and
Mm-hmm.
you have done it correctly. That's good. And you added this
This line. Okay.
line. Okay, good.
And
You
okay,
don't
okay.
need it.
Okay, but so the comments of Habib, Hassan, can we, can, where was it exactly? Because, like he said, can you put an empty line below name V1? That's what he said, no?
Yeah, let's go to it and see what he's trying to say. So there is this rule that when your code is one liner, when your code is one liner, it should stay, but when your code has more than one lines, it should be separated by
Spaces.
space or line in here, empty line for better.
Yep. But there, this is a parameter, an argument. So, so even though it's an argument, we put spaces. I mean, the thing is that in the Sophie project, it's there is no space between name and info. So how do we do? In this position, what would you do? Would you put an empty line or hello, Elbeck? I don't think Elbeck is there. And
Yes, he's.
yeah, it froze. And do I have some?
I think the internet of Elbeck is not good. So
Okay. So can I share my screen?
yes.
Okay. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay. So it's a pain. I'm gonna try to use my second screen.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me, guys?
Okay, it's there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was going to share my screen and continue without you. So, but I mean, we can continue like that. Okay. I'm ready. I can follow you.
Yeah, sorry about that. Bad internet in here.
Okay,
So,
so we are still live.
yep.
Okay.
So what what we're discussing is
Yeah,
that
I was asking you. So in this situation, what would you do? Would you add an empty line like he asked, or would you just make it like it is in other project?
yeah,
Because it's an
I'd probably
argument.
go in. Yeah. So I'll probably go and research. So the first one, I saw it here. It's Sophie, and
Okay,
I
let's go
might
to the
probably go.
Tarafo project.
So we have Tarafu. If you go here in the startup, Open API info. So here, if you look at, he created a new variable that says Open API info and
I see. I see.
includes all the
Mm,
information, and then it's one liner again.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that
I
might
see.
be what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
it's a good one. It's a bit better.
So you can do like this if you want, but
Okay.
we have a lot of other projects as well. Let's go to this, and say what do you have?
So
Tarafu?
Elbek, why is it so important that to be disciplined like that?
You know,
Because you could say, oh, it's nothing. They're losing time. They're talking about an empty line and stuff like that. Well, what are they doing? It's not work.
the beauty of the code is very much important, because at the end of the day, that's what our readers, that's what the next generation of programmers would be doing. So they'll be going to the startup file and reading all this stuff, and if their eyes don't hurt, that's our mission. So they should enjoy working with the code. And if we for example store this information in
Outside.
other variable and make it two one-liners, it would be easier for them to read and understand.
Yeah.
So that's our plan.
Okay.
That's the whole idea of the standard. If you don't want to make the life of future devs easy, then there is no need for standard. You know what Stas tells all the time? Any clown out there can write the code that machine understands, but writing code that humans understand is the real craftsmanship. You know, that's a real software engineering. So I like that idea. So I try to stick with these conventions all the time. For example, reading code just like this rather than this is much easier.
Yeah.
So,
And it could be even better if
even
we
better.
split the creation of the API info somewhere else, just above,
Yeah.
like in the Tarafo project. It would be
Yep.
even easier to read.
Yep. So what I was telling about is when you have one-liner means the code that is less than 120 characters. If you go and at the end of the line, it's somewhere here shows.
Elbek, your internet connection is bad. We cannot. We didn't hear what you were saying.
Yeah, let me explain this one more time, and after that, I'll go ahead and try to fix my internet. Okay.
Okay.
So I said inline view, and when you put your cursor at the end of that one-liner, you can see in your Visual Studio somewhere here that you have this much characters. and one line should not exceed 120 characters. If it is, it should be two-liner, just like this. And the two-liners or multi-liners, let's say, should have one empty line before and after them. But if they have code, if the scope ends, you don't need this line. If you look at here, for example, how many lines do we have here? How can I see it? I could see it somehow, but right now I cannot. Go to definition, go to references, final. Or maybe I can, yeah, look, 73 selected. So it's kind of 73 characters. So if it exists, exceeds 120, you should split it from here, for example. Okay? Or from here. So that's the whole idea of creating empty lines. So since you know how to do it, I can, for example, point you to this file. I can add here, or I can you take.
So when you do a change and you do a commit, do you have to reply to the comments to say done like I did?
Yep, you should probably do it. It's a very good practice.
Okay.
Because as I told you, we're going to have 20 files and they have 25 comments. Each time you resolve them, you might forget which one have you done and which are still needs to be resolved. So if you say done, it's easier for your navigation and for the person who is reviewing it. Okay. And here I have left some comment as well. Start discussion. No, I don't want to do it. Okay, and I have added this line. And at the end, so I can say request changes and submit. So I have submitted my review and it will go to you as Elbek wants you to change some things in this PR. That's all.
Do you want me to share my screen to let people see how it is on my screen and how it is?
Yep. Okay. Please do it.
Can you see it? Okay, so let's go.
Yeah, you're not probably sharing your screen.
Okay. Let me up share. I'm sharing it right now, no?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Now we can see it.
Okay, I'm on the refugee.core repo. I can look for the notifications, and I can see that in my notifications.
You're in your setup Git Actions PR. Are you also there?
Where? What do you mean?
You are in the PR that says setup Git Actions.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so there are the PR there, and I can see there are 8 comments. I can click on it. So I'm in the initialize API project, and in the pull request, I can zoom.
I like that.
To make it a bit easier to read. So I can see that I've done this change already. Maybe I can use the split view. Is there the split view? The file changed? Because since the pull request are you can see that there is several commits. So I've changed the code. I've done it one time. I've pushed the first request, then I've done a code rub, and now I have some comments from Elbeck there, and I will have to do another commit called minor change, like I don't know.
Yeah. For example, if you change
requested
this
by
file
Elbeck.
only, yeah, no, if you change, for example, this file only, you can say remove remove line, extra line. This can be a commit message as well. Or if you are doing a lot of such stuff, you can say resolve comments, and that should be enough.
Okay, so let's say I want to you said remove this line. We don't need it. Okay. Should I go into Rider, into my computer, or should I change it there right away?
Okay, so I like to do it in my Visual Studio and then commit.
Okay.
But it depends. You can do commits and change in this online editor as well.
I think the thing that we could do, let me do this. The thing that we could do is to put maybe this there, and my own code editor here, and look for the branch. So the branch is called. We can go back there.
Yeah, you can see.
Do you remember? Elbeck said, "Oh, your pull requests should be named the same way as the issues, because this is a pull request, but the issue has the same name. So the task is called initialize API project, and my pull request is named the same way, and the branch is named the same way too. So it's really easy for me to look for the initialize core API branch and go there. Can I check out? Am I on it already?
Users initialize core API. Yep.
No. Yeah, I have to check out. Okay, this is it. So let's see the comments from Elbeck. So initialize API project. I am going down to Elbeck's comment. He said, remove this line, we don't need it. So this line is the 52nd line in the startup file. I can see the name of the file here, startup.cs. So I'm clicking on it. I'm gonna make it a bit bigger maybe.
Yep.
And so let's see, it's here, the 52nd line. So I can remove it, and I can go to the next recommendation. So he said, okay, let's build the project like they did in the Tarafo project. So I followed the link, and I can see that the Open API info is declared above the options and injected there. So let's go there. Okay, because I'm creating it there. So okay, let's code. Oop.
Yep.
My computer is kind of slow because of the streaming. Let me try it again. Hello?
Yep. We can hear you.
Yeah, no, it's just that my computer is really having a hard time right now. Let me up. Okay, that's fine. Alors, I just could because I'm struggling with my computer right now because it doesn't like the streaming. I just could grab the code there because that was what I was trying to do. and paste it up. I can see that there is a new line. So I'm gonna add a new line.
It's a multi-liner, so you should have an empty line after and before it. But when it comes to scopes, you don't need, for example, this line 28 doesn't have empty line before it because it's a starting of the scope, so you don't need it. But if
Yeah.
you are in between of the code, you're gonna
Yeah.
just like you did with line 33.
Yeah. And there I can put it like that. Oh. Oh. And do I need to? I can see that it brings the closing parenthesis here.
Yep.
So I can do the same thing. Okay. So I'm done with it.
And you don't forget to change the title. It's string. It's line 30.
The line 30. Oh, really? So refugee. Thanks. Refugee core.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the danger of the copy paste.
Yeah. Right.
So okay, let's see now. So did you ask for something else?
Nope.
I don't think anything else. So now I can do a commit. Say, so I'm using Rider. It's another IDE. It's an IDE from a company called JetBrain, and we'll talk about it later maybe. So I could say code rub to let everyone know what I'm doing, and say fixes requested by Elbeck.
You
Now
know,
you want to be more descriptive? You want me to explain?
Yeah. No, I don't want, for example, my name to be in the commit because Elbeck might not be working in this project after a year, but
right.
but the commit stays. So I think that should be these should be more generic. Resolve. Yeah, maybe refactor. Yeah,
refactoring.
Startup. Yeah, that might be also.
But yes.
Maybe you use present simple to be more simple. Refactor. How do you think? How do you like that? Yep.
Yeah. Either way, it's. I think it's okay. But refactor startup. So commit and push. And okay. Now I can close this. Okay, it's fine. He says that it pushed, so you can share your screen again and show how it looks on your site.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yep, I'm doing it. So here we are in this repository, in this PR. So he says code rub refactor startup. That we actually that's the thing that we wanted. So he changed all of this, and he removed this line. We can see it. It says removed, and then I can approve it. And somebody from the other from somebody who's reviewing this code sees that this guy has approved it. And for example, I have added this line and I can resolve this conversation. And yeah, I'm happy. So let's wait for Ustad's review, and most probably he'll add that. Okay, this was the first PR, and then we are going to another PR, which is the initialized unit test.
Yeah.
If you come in here, it says infra initialized API project, but it was already in another project. So I mean in another PR. So what you probably did is you branch it off from the
Oh, I see.
from
Yeah,
your
not
own
from the
local.
main, but
Hmm.
for yeah. And but I
That's a
mean,
problem. Yeah, that's a
okay, but
problem because right
the
now,
I see. But should I have uh,
waited.
merge the branch on my local computer, like merge the branch on my local computer and then rebranch out
No, no.
from the main?
Yeah, that's not something we do in the standard. What we do, we work on one PR, wait for somebody to review it and merge it,
Well, like your internet connection is down. So what do you think, Abdulaziz? Have you already used GitHub like that?
Yes, I have owned my GitHub page, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any yet new projects. I don't have yet projects like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning now from Elbec standard, the standard,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to do my own project that can help
Okay,
people
okay.
like you.
Mm.
You
And
do this project to people,
I
so
received
I like it.
I received messages from Elbeck, I think. Let me see on Discord what he's saying. So, do you know Rider? The Have you seen? I'm not using Visual Studio. What are you using to code? Do you use Visual Studio or VS Code to code?
I use VS Code, but I have Visual
Okay.
Studio and I use both of them.
Okay.
When I
Okay.
code something
I'm
on,
back.
I can code in
Alors,
VS Code, Visual
I went
Studio.
to see. I went to see Elbeck. Oh, Elbeck is there. Okay, he's back. Elbeck is back.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, but for one session we have to bear with this
Yeah,
internet connection.
it's like that.
So what I was telling is, for example, we added a commit in here between this after this code drop, but it's not present in here, so that's a problem. So what we do most probably is to branch off from always from master, and if we are waiting for other PR to be merged to proceed with a new issue, we wait. So that was one
Okay.
thing that I asked to start when I was entering open source community, and that really was kind of, you have to wait for some time, and that's really
Yeah, because I didn't
the
wanted to
difficulty.
wait because
Yeah.
it was the end of Ramadan. I don't know how you say properly it in English, but in French it's Ramadan.
Ramadan. Yeah. Yeah.
And so I knew that you were like partying or in like
Mhm.
I don't how is it called the last day of Ramadan? Oh,
Eid.
okay. I
Eid.
knew it was a special day for you guys,
Yeah.
so I was I knew that you weren't in front of your computer and Hassan too, but I
Mhm.
wanted to work. So I
Yeah.
said to
I know.
myself, okay, what do I
I feel
do?
you.
Maybe build maybe I should initialize a unit test or something like that, or just do you know what I mean? So, but you said you're saying to me that I have to wait, and that it was frustrating. Okay, it went away too. It went away. It's too bad. No, it's the opportunity to talk about Rider a bit. Like you said, Abdulaziz, that you're using VS Code. I love VS Code too, but uh, have you heard about this one, the one I'm using right now?
Can you repeat your?
Okay, Rider. It's like VS Code, or it's like Visual Studio, but it's another one. It's called Rider, like that. Rider.
Right.
It
I
it's yeah. Oh, then my screen. I'm not sharing my screen. Let me share my
can
screen.
you
Am I
show?
sharing my screen? No,
No, you're not.
no.
Yes, you are doing probably.
I'll back came back. Oh, I can show you right there again.
Okay.
Uh, so
So
yeah, you're back.
yeah, I'm really really sorry about that. So yeah, that's what we do. We just wait for our PR to be merged.
Okay, and what you would what should I have chosen to do instead of the initialization of the test?
uh, look, I'm just yeah, I'm just not sharing my video. That would
Yeah.
probably need less traffic. So
Okay. But I can share my video. I can share my screen and you can guide me.
okay, so what I would probably do is to wait for my PR to be merged and then proceed. That's what
Okay.
actually I would do. But
You know
when
what
you
I
have
did?
enough energy,
I created a page for the GitHub wiki.
okay, that's good.
Have you seen it?
Nope, you can show it. Show it us right now.
Okay. Can you see my screen? I guess not. Not right now.
Yeah, but we are seeing ourselves.
Okay. Let's go there up. And so yeah, so I knew that I had to wait. I couldn't really work, but I was like, oh, I want to do something.
Yeah.
So I went there in the wiki, so to create some documentation for the project,
Mm-hmm.
and I clicked on this button to create a new page, and so you can see that this page is made to put the feature proposals. So
Mm-hmm.
people are telling us, oh, it would be cool if the app could uh, fill a governance form.
Mm-hmm.
So we put a story there that says like it's like a task but in the first person, like my profile information and documents stored in the app should help me fill governance form automatically.
Okay.
And then I put it's kind like it's almost like an issue, it's a task, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not an issue yet because it's just an idea and we are talking
Okay.
about features, and it's not like we want to implement it right away with code. We are
Mm-hmm.
just thinking. So there is if we want this to be true, my profile
Mm-hmm.
information and documents stored in the app should help me fill the forms. We
Okay.
should have some integration with local processes and agencies, like
Okay.
knowing about the forms that they provide, to help refugees.
Mm-hmm. I
And
like the idea. Yeah.
you see, so yeah, you
That's
you wanna
pretty good.
go, you wanna go back, you wanna maybe finish this video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just wanted to uh, reiterate that we should probably we should branch off from master and
Yeah,
wait for our PRs if we need some resources from other PR. So that's
yeah,
essentially what I probably do.
yeah. And yeah, you went to this PR and you saw this and you said, oh,
Mm-hmm.
Florian didn't wait, he continued to working on the
Mm-hmm.
same branch. And create. Okay.
Yep, that's it. I guess there has been a lot of insights and very useful information in this session. If you like the video, as you said, right? In French, it's
Like in French, you say like
yeah.
like la vidéo. And I didn't notice you said la vidéo. But yeah, like la vidéo. In French, like the video, it's
Please
like la vidéo.
subscribe and smash that thumbs up button.
Yeah. Oop. Did you close the live? Not yet. Whoa! Elbek, are you there? I think Elbek is out again.
Yes.
How do you say like the video in Uzbek, Abdulaziz?
What? Can you repeat?
How do you say like the video in your own language?
Like in my own language will be yaxshi ko'rish.
Yarsh.
Okay.
Yarsh.
Yaxshi
Yarsh
ko'rish.
ko'rish. Yarsh
If you like this video,
it's
will
really
be
hard.
yaxshi ko'rish. Yes.
Yarsh.
Yeah, say it in Uzbek.
Or you can see yoqsa.
Yeah. Say it in Uzbek.
Yoqsa.
Yes.
Something
like that.
I will say it properly. I will learn how to say it properly.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys. See you later. Thank you for your attendance, and I like you both. I appreciate you guys. Bye.
Thanks,
Okay.
Elbek. Bye.
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 Bye.